Imagine a place where silence feels intentional, where every movement is precise, and where luxury isn't about showing more, but refining everything. This is Japan, but not the version most travelers see. This is Japan, experienced at its highest level. Arrival, where precision begins. From the moment you land, something feels different. There's no chaos, no overwhelming noise. Everything flows. A private transfer waits quietly. No confusion, no delay. Your luggage is handled seamlessly, your route already planned. And as you leave the airport behind, you begin to notice it. The precision, the calm, the quiet confidence in how everything works. Luxury here doesn't try to impress you. It simply removes friction from every step. The bullet train experience. Then comes one of Japan's most iconic experiences, the Shinkansen. But this isn't just a train, it's a statement. You arrive at the platform, and everything is already perfectly aligned. The train glides in, not with noise, but with control. Doors open exactly where you expect them. You step inside, and immediately, everything feels refined. Wide seats, immaculate interiors, a quiet atmosphere that feels almost respectful. As the train begins to move, there's no jolt, no disruption, just smooth acceleration, until the landscape outside begins to blur. Travel that feels effortless. Through the window, Japan unfolds like a moving painting. Cities transition into countryside. Rice fields stretch into the distance. Mountains appear, then disappear behind clouds. At times you catch a glimpse of Mount Fuji, standing still, powerful, almost unreal. Inside, everything remains calm. No loud conversations, no distractions. A meal is served. Simple, beautifully arranged, every detail considered. And for a moment, you realize this isn't just about getting somewhere faster. It's about how it feels to get there. Arriving somewhere different. Your destination isn't a busy city. It's quieter, more intentional. A place where time feels like it moves differently. As you arrive, the energy shifts again. Narrow streets, traditional architecture, a sense of calm that feels deeply rooted. And somewhere within this setting, your next experience waits. Entering a $5,000 Ryokan. From the outside, it looks simple. Wooden structure, sliding doors, minimal design. Nothing about it screams luxury. And yet, this is where one of Japan's most exclusive experiences begins. You remove your shoes at the entrance. A small gesture. But it changes everything. Because from this moment on, you're stepping into a different way of living. The first impression. You're welcomed quietly. No loud greetings, no overwhelming attention. Just a gentle bow and a sense of calm hospitality. Your room is prepared. You slide the door open, and for a moment, you pause. Tatami flooring, soft, natural light, low table set perfectly. Nothing feels excessive, nothing feels unnecessary, and yet, everything feels perfectly placed. Luxury in simplicity. There's no clutter here, no distractions competing for your attention, just space and intention. A window opens to a private garden, carefully arranged stones, a small stream, greenery that feels untouched. And suddenly, luxury feels different. It's not about having more. It's about experiencing less, but better. Moments that slow you down. Tea is served, not rushed, not casually, but as a quiet ritual. You sit, you pour, you take a sip, and for the first time in a while, you're not thinking about what comes next. Because here, Nothing needs to come next. The private onsen experience. Then comes one of the most defining moments. Your private onsen. Steam rises gently from the water. The setting feels almost untouched. Natural stone, warm water, open air. You step in, and instantly, everything else disappears. The warmth surrounds you. The silence deepens. Outside, the world continues. But here, time feels paused. Dining as an experience. As evening approaches, the experience evolves. Dinner isn't just served, it's presented, course by course. Each dish small, precise, beautifully arranged. Fresh ingredients, seasonal flavors. A balance that feels almost artistic. And yet, nothing feels complicated. Because in Japan, true luxury doesn't overwhelm you. It invites you to slow down. A different kind of night. As night falls, the atmosphere changes again. Soft lighting fills the room. Futons are prepared quietly. Outside, everything is still. No noise, no distractions, just calm. And as you lie down, you realize something subtle. This isn't just a place you're staying. It's a place that's changing how you experience time. And then, another layer reveals itself. But as refined and peaceful as the Ryokan experience is, this is only the beginning. Because Japan holds another level of luxury. More hidden, more exclusive, more unexpected. Experiences you won't find on travel guides. Moments reserved for those who know where to look. And that's where the journey continues. At some point in Japan, luxury becomes harder to define. Because it's no longer something you can clearly see. It becomes something you notice slowly. In the way you're treated. In the spaces you're allowed into. In the experiences that don't exist for everyone. This is where Japan reveals its most exclusive side. Dining beyond reservations. In most places, luxury dining means booking the best table. In Japan, it means access. Not to restaurants you can easily find online, but to places without signs. No advertisements, no public listings, just a quiet entrance, often hidden in plain sight. You arrive, and there's no crowd waiting, just a door. You step inside. A small, intimate space, only a few seats. The chef stands in front of you, focused, precise. No menus, no unnecessary conversation. Just a sequence of moments, served one by one. Each piece of sushi is crafted in front of you. Every movement intentional. You eat it immediately. Because timing is everything. And as the experience unfolds, you realize this isn't just dinner. It's trust. Private cultural access. Beyond dining, Japan offers something even more rare. Access to traditions, not performances. Private tea ceremonies, held away from public crowds. No cameras, no distractions. Just you and the ritual. Every movement is slow, deliberate, meaningful. You're not watching, you're part of it. Or perhaps a private meeting with a master artisan, someone who has spent decades perfecting a single craft. From ceramics, to calligraphy, to traditional textiles. You don't just observe, you understand. And that understanding feels like a privilege. Tokyo, luxury in motion. Then, the journey shifts again, from quiet tradition to controlled intensity. Tokyo. But not the version most people know. Not the crowded crossings or busy streets. A more refined side. You arrive at a luxury hotel high above the city. Glass walls reveal a skyline that stretches endlessly. Lights moving in perfect rhythm. Energy flowing without chaos. Inside, everything feels elevated. Minimal design. Perfect service. Sense that everything is exactly where it should be. Shopping without the crowd. Luxury shopping in Tokyo isn't about busy districts. It's about privacy. Private appointments in high-end boutiques. Doors close behind you. No interruptions, no waiting. Collections are presented personally. Pieces explained with care. Time slows down again. Because here, you're not just buying something, you're experiencing it. Effortless movement through the city. Even in a city as vast as Tokyo, movement feels seamless. A private driver navigates everything. Traffic becomes irrelevant. Routes are planned. Timing is precise. And as you move through the city, you notice something rare. There's energy everywhere. But none of it feels overwhelming. Because you're experiencing it on your own terms. Evenings above the skyline. As night falls, Tokyo transforms. The city glows. Endless lights reflecting off glass towers. You find yourself in a quiet lounge high above it all. A drink in hand, soft music in the background. And below you, a city that never fully stops. But from here, it feels calm, controlled, almost distant. Experiences few ever see. And then, there are the moments that go even further. Helicopter views over Tokyo at night. The city stretching endlessly beneath you. Or exclusive access to locations closed to the public. Spaces that don't appear on any itinerary. Because in Japan, the highest level of luxury isn't about spending more. It's about knowing where to go and who to trust. The balance of two worlds. And somewhere between the quiet of the Ryokan and the energy of Tokyo, you begin to understand something deeper. Japan doesn't define luxury in one way. It balances two worlds. Stillness and movement. Tradition and innovation. Silence and energy. And when you experience both, you don't just see Japan differently, you feel it differently. What makes Japan truly unique? Because here, luxury isn't about excess. It's about precision, about removing everything unnecessary, until only the essential remains. And in that simplicity, you find something rare. Clarity, calm, presence. Because in the end, luxury in Japan isn't about what you're given. It's about what you're allowed to experience. And once you experience it, you begin to understand why it can't be easily explained, only felt.